Hey guys, Chris back here again, and I actually opened up on the deck selection screen because you all know what we're playing today. You've been paying attention to our previous decks, you know that we've been working our way through Kamigawa's Mythic Dragons, and we only had one left, so today is Red's time to shine. Um, so, like I said, I think it's the least inspired of the dragons. It's functionally quite good. Um, keep. No, free mulligan. Yeah, this will do better. So, I was a little torn on where to go with Atsushi. The Blazing Sky has two abilities: exile the top two cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those, then create 3 treasures. So I did the sensible thing and just went with what I thought would be the most fun. And that was a storm deck. So we're a creature storm deck. The ideal is that creatures like Asuki pay for themselves. And if we have a creature that's paying for itself, in theory we can cast it a bunch of times and win that way. In practice, I didn't really find a lot of sacrifice outlets for Atsuki. So while she can be making 3 treasures for us, we'll probably end up getting rid of her another way. Like, there's bombardments, but some of them cost a mana, and I don't know if I put them in my deck. After this match, I will go back through and check to make sure I did, because I'm pretty sure I need them if this is gonna do any kind of good work. But we have other things. We have like Grinning Ingus, Grinning Ingus, and there are a couple other ones that make red mana. I think Burgie is one, and what do you call the other Burgie? Stinkin something. I should know him. He was like one of the top red decks for like the longest of times. Goodbye, Dracoseth. So Dragonstorm is in our deck. We can ideally get up to the mana necessary to cast it. We just don't want 4 of our dragons. 4 of our like 6 or 7 dragons. I don't think we actually have 7, but it feels like it with our commander. So we have a minor artifact theme. Might be worth it just to get rid of it. But some of the best ways to get things out of your graveyard are artifacts like Scrap Crawler and a couple other ones that put a card from your graveyard either on top of your library or on the bottom of your library. Let's just get rid of these dragons. One of the things I noticed about Arena is that if you just sit back and draw a bunch of cards, you can get your opponent to concede without actually having a win condition, which is kind of funny sometimes. They have the table passage, that's really bad. They don't have extra land drops yet. That is a plus. We could have gotten to Merchant of the Veil and would have been able to avoid showing a Scrap Trawler, but Scrap Trawler is a better blocker than Tatyova. What used to be an insane landfall commander, which is still an insane landfall commander. It's just there are better options these days. Why be Simic when you can be Teamer, right? Yeah, I can't really play it. This is unfortunate. We've kind of shown our hand and we're not really in a position to win this one. But, it will be fun to see Tatyova go off. I might build a Tatyova deck in the future. I might have already built a Tatyova deck, but I'd like to build another one because Tatyova is really, really fun. Again, it's just a case of why would you build her when you can build a Teamer deck and have like Genesis Ultimatum and Escape to the Wilds and all of that fun shenanigans. Although, you know, Tatyova might have came back. Because, one of the biggest cards pushing her out was, Golos. Which was the same cost, got you a land on entry, and had basically a Planeswalker ultimate attached to a 7 mana ability. So Sarkhan Wander of Shiv was actually supposed to be like a combo with our commander, where we get our commander in our hand, and then we plus him to make our commander perpetually cost 1 less. Yeah, because if we proc it for 2... Yeah, we've kind of fizzled a bit. Of course, our opponent has a really, really good board, which doesn't help us much. They can pay 3 to get an extra land drop. They can find extra lands. They have 2 in the graveyard, so they don't really even need to find an extra one. And I'm sure they have 1 in the 8 cards that they have in hand. $18 in the yard. We don't have a lot of flashback play. I think we have 1 or 2 cards that have that exact ability on them. We might have some escape stuff and stuff like that, but... And of course we have Underworld Breach. So our graveyard is not unrelevant to the matchup. It's just I think we're probably going to be dead before we find the pieces to make it work. Yeah, Cogworker's Archivist is in the deck, because it puts a card... It's just really hard to get something out of your graveyard in red at the moment in Historic Brawl back into your hand. Like, we could just let it die and go to Command Zone over and over again, and that'd be an easy way to cast it multiple times. It's just we'd need to be able to make up the commander attack somehow. So our static... Oh, we have that one too. Faith of Looting. Our static cost reduction would have to be a lot more well-defined, because it would have to increase by 2 for every cast that we'd want to get out of it. Yeah, I might remove Clockwork Assistant from the deck. Did they pass without attacking us? We didn't gain any life, so we're still at 25. That means they passed without attacking us. Dragon Lord Servant. It reduces the cost of dragon, which is what our commander is. Gonna get some Squeezy Immortal going. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pause after this and do some deck correction. Because I feel like we got some of the packages right and then some of the packages wrong. Though, still love that Faithless Looting artwork. That is some good artwork. Good work, Shiro Yayoi. I wonder what like the metric of Merfolk Beauty is. Cause like you can look at characters like this and you think, yeah, you can see why that would be, from a human perspective, why she looks nice. From like a Merfolk perspective, she has a really long tail. Like, is that important? I don't know if that would be important. She just looks weird compared to the other merfolks you see. Like, you got Master of the Pearl Triad. The guy literally has human legs. He's basically a person. But then you have, like, Tatyova, who's got person-like features up here, but then it's, like, mostly fish down here. And it's like, they're just a little too diverse. I believe our death is coming. No blocks. Yeah, that was 50 damage. I don't think our 6 blockers were going to fix that. Alright, I will pause here and move me back. Alright, we are back. And I did forget to add Weaponize the Monsters, and the Barrage of the Expendables, and Makeshift Munitions, and all of these cards that are kind of necessary to get value out of our commander, which the whole reason we're doing the series on the dragons is to try to get some value out of them. Hey, one of them shows up in our first attempt. That is nice. So you've seen me do that kind of thing before, where I forget and go back and edit the deck. And normally, in this kind of low power kind of casualer format, I wouldn't bother doing that. But because the point is kind of to show off the power of these legendary dragons, I don't see the harm in coming back to it. So as it stands, when we sack our commander with Barrage of Expendables, we gain 2 mana. So if we reduce it by 1, we still have to pay the commander tax. Hey, weaponize the monsters. You are just in time. So these two cards are functionally very similar. Barrage of Expendables is better, because it simply costs 1 less mana to activate. Weaponize the monsters does deal more damage, which is nice. One of the other nice things is that with Barrage of Expendables, if we can get off a decent storm turn and have some mana left over, What's your attack ability? I kinda want our dragon to die, honestly. Everyone wants to be on the winning side. That is true. Grinning Angus. It's a good place to start. So unfortunately, Dragon Lord Servant doesn't help out with the Grinning Angus plan, but there are other ways to help out with the Grinning Angus plan, so... So that helps out with the Grinning Angus plan. So we can essentially pay 1 mana to get 3 mana. Yes, we've essentially gone infinite with Grinning Angus. I think. Not quite. So it's going to cost us 1 generic mana, 1 red mana, and another red mana to go infinite with him. We currently have 2 generic mana and 1 red mana, so we're close but not quite there. I guess I don't really want to discard anything. I'll decline. Underworld Breach is too powerful to risk losing. So if they attack in with the Griff Rider, we can ping it down. And then next turn we can mow down their board with Drakotha. So do they have a raft? I would imagine, yeah. I'm gonna exile. I'm gonna go Fearsome Whelp. Discard the land. Grinning Angus. Discard the land. Underworld Breach. Into Dragonlord Servant. Goodbye land, goodbye land. Goodbye dwarf. Discard the land. Land. Godpharaoh's Gift. Discard the land. Okay, we didn't. I thought I discarded my hand there. Like, where did my hand go? But it was not my hand. Whoa. That's neat. Yeah, goodbye, Ronan. Goodbye, land. And they're done. So that's kind of the ideal of the deck. We do a bit of Draggy Storm stuff. That was actually kind of cool. I liked it. I will probably refine this deck, and it may return at some point. I was very negative on this dragon, but it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Alright, I will see you guys in the next episode. Of course, tomorrow you're gonna be at some Elden Ring. And after that, we'll probably go into a different... Well, we'll probably be doing more Brawl. I just haven't decided what we're gonna do. Because our Dragon series has ended here. Thank you guys for watching. Bye for now.